icLAAo. I can never lose, ever. So I was in class the other day, and we were having a discussion regarding reparations. Now, the point of the discussion was that black people deserve reparations. They deserve to be compensated because they're struggling in today's day and age as a result to slavery, Jim Crow, racism, etc., etc. So because of that, we should give all qualifying black people $6 million. Now, just hearing that statement, there should be a plethora of red flags to anybody who has any common sense. The most obvious one being, how can you just give people $6 million? Obviously, the people who are proposing this idea have never heard of inflation. If you give hundreds of thousands of people $6 million, what's going to happen to the economy? What's going to happen to the prices of things? It's all going to skyrocket regardless of if everybody got that money or not. Because if you flood the economy with essentially billions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars, that is going to cause a problem. That's reason number one that reparations is extremely foolish. Reason number two, it's just going to create separation. Because when I hear that, I hear a key word, they said qualifying black people. So some black people will qualify and other black people will not qualify. And that's obviously going to create separation. Why did you qualify for that money and I didn't? I'm struggling right now. Why did you qualify? And that's just going to create separation between the black community. Not only in the black community, it's just going to create separation between people of different races and heritages. Because white people are going to be like, why are they getting reparations? They're not the only ones that are struggling. Asian people, why are they getting reparations? They're not the only ones that are struggling. Indian Americans, why are they getting reparations? They're not the only ones that's struggling. This is just another way to create separation between people. Because at the end of the day, that's all this system wants to do is separate everybody from each other. Because there's power in numbers. And when you separate everybody, they don't have those big numbers anymore. Let me give you an example. I have 2 dogs. And I don't believe in putting leashes on dogs. I don't even believe people should own pets, but that's a whole different story. But I have 2 dogs. And I like to walk them without their leash because I just don't believe in trapping. I don't like that. So when I walk them individually without their leash. And it's fine, they listen to me, they come back to me. But the second I walk both of them at the same time without the leash, I can't control them. Because why? Other beings will inspire other beings. Because they know that when there's more of us, we're more powerful. So why would we have to listen to any authority? Why would we have to do what somebody else says when we're power in numbers? This is why I can easily control one of my dogs, but when it's both of them, they don't listen at all. This is the exact same reason that society tries to divide people on so many different levels. Politics, religion, race, gender, all of this is just to divide people. The more separate groups there are, then the less likely people are going to come together. It's that simple. And the third reason why reparations makes absolutely zero sense at all is how does the fact that people were slaves 200, 300 years ago, how is that the reason that you're poor? How is that the reason that you're struggling? What does that have to do with anything? Now, I'm not going to say that black people don't have a disadvantage. Of course we do. Of course racism still exists. But as a black person, I can 100% say that the reason that most African Americans in this country are struggling is 90% their personal choices and 10% the racism in society that they're trying to blame on. So in class, we're having this discussion, and the teacher says, yeah, I mean, we should be fixing this. Why? We need to help these people. And then one kid in the class says, why? Why do we need to help them? They put themselves in that situation. Why should we need to help them? Everybody has a choice in this life. And at the end of the day, I believe wholeheartedly in personal responsibility. And I believe that 9 out of 10 things that happen to you in this life is a direct result of you, whether you did it consciously or subconsciously. So he says, no, it's just hard work that people don't want to put in anymore. People want a handout. All a reparation is a handout. So why would you want a handout? And then the teacher's like, no, it's not a handout. We need to help them. You know, like, this is just a white teacher trying to virtue signal because he doesn't know anything about the black community. He's not black. This is just a white teacher trying to virtue signal to act like he cares when he doesn't care. He's never donated anything to any charity at all concerning black people. I could bet anything on that. But anyway, and I say, you know what? No, bro. At the end of the day, the reason that black people are in the position that they're in is because of the choices that they make. Look at the black community. We have the highest crime rate. We have the highest single mother rate. Look at our communities. If you go to a community of black people, it's just crime. But that's somehow because of slavery that was 200 plus years ago is why people are committing crime today. At the end of the day, like I said, we have it on hard mode, of course, yes, we have a disadvantage. But knowing that we have a disadvantage, why are you as a black man, black woman, still putting yourself in positions that you know you're gonna get fried in? As a black person in this society, especially America, you have to move more careful. You have to realize that this society is out to get you, especially if you're a black man. But yet, they still choose to do things that will put them in situations. And then on top of it, they will blame slavery, racism, for the fact that you went and robbed somebody because of slavery. That's why you went and robbed somebody. That's why you went and shot somebody. That's why you're in a gang, because of slavery. Make it make sense. People just, in this day and age, personal responsibility is completely out the window and nobody wants to work hard anymore. That's the reason that our community is the way that it is. Everybody wants to cut corners. Everybody wants to hand out. Instead of trying to work for yourself, instead of trying to get yourself on your feet, take care of your family, you're over here arguing for reparations so somebody can hand you money. And on top of that, let's look at what happens when people win the lottery. When you win the lottery, 9 out of 10 times, those people are broke again, not too long after. That's what happens when you get a handout. Because if you don't work for something, you will never value it. And the people and black people are gonna sit here and believe that, oh, the government, they wanna give us reparations, you know, they wanna help us. And it's the complete opposite. The fact that they're offering you reparations is a catastrophic insult. They're saying, oh, you are not capable of helping yourself. You're not capable of being successful, so we're gonna give you a handout. What are they, your dad? What are they, your mother? Why do you need to depend on somebody else to fix your own life? It's never your fault. It's never people's fault. And this is the argument that I put forward in discussion. I said, look, bro, at the end of the day, it's not because of what happened in the past that our community is in this position today. It's because our community is focusing on all the wrong things. Our community is focused on designer clothes. They're focused on trying to be some wannabe gangster. They're focused on everything except bettering themselves. They're focused on taking drugs, drinking alcohol, going to the club. Our community does this the most out of any community. And on top of it, our community doesn't even help each other because a black person will rob another black person before they rob a white person. A black person will not go to a white person and rob them 9 times out of 10, but they have no problem robbing, shooting other black people. The black people are very quick to say police brutality is the reason that we're in this position. Police don't like us. Police are doing us wrong. But black on black crime is way bigger and way more prevalent than the amount of police that shoot black people. Black people kill more black people than police. And that's just a fact. Black people treat each other worse than other people treat us. We have to take responsibility, bro. I believe so hard in taking responsibility because at the end of the day in my life, anything that I've ever went through, I took responsibility for that. The good, the bad, the ugly, the very ugly. I realized I did this to myself. I put myself in this situation. I'm never gonna say, oh, it's because of this, or it's because my upbringing was this, or it's because I went through this. Those are all excuses, and those are all just shows weakness. And those all just take power away from you. Because the second you put blame on something else, that means you can't do nothing about it, so you're done then. Oh, no, I have a single mother, that's why I'm in the streets selling weed, selling dope. Actually, no, that's the same thing. Selling coke, selling all types of crazy stuff. Because I have a single mother. That's why I spend 8 hours a day walking around the streets in the hood doing bullshit. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. How is it, why should taxpayer money go into helping people who are not trying to help themselves? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people that legitimately need help, because there are some people, like single moms who may have lost their spouse, or maybe single dads who may have lost their spouse, or people who have terminal illnesses that really can't work. That's a different story. Those people, we can help them. But when it comes to you're a single mom because you decided to have unprotected intercourse at 16 and ruin your life, how is that anybody's problem but your own? Or you have a kid, you're a guy, you have a kid with a woman at 19 and she fries you in court and now you have to pay child support. How is that anybody's fault but your own? We know the risk in this day and age, yet people still do those risky activities that want to blame other people for it. Make it make sense, bro. Reparations, we don't deserve reparations. For what? There are so many successful black people who didn't go down that path. So what's the difference between the other ones? In this life, I believe that life is fair because of how unfair it is. Because life is unfair, but it's fair because everybody has it unfair. Everybody has their own adversity that they have to go through. But life will give you what you deserve. If you're broke, if you're poor, it's because you deserve that. If you're out of shape, it's because you deserve that. If you're in jail, it's because you deserve that, because you did it to yourself. If you work hard every day, if you don't do the wrong things, if you take care of your body, if you take care of your mind, if you just grind, if you stay out of trouble, your life will be good. That's not to say that you're not going to go through anything hard, but you're going to have a decent life at the least if you just don't do bullshit and then just dedicate yourself to working hard. But nobody wants to do that. And you know, this is the mindset of the Western culture. So I told him, I was like, bro, I told the teacher, I said, bro, all they have to do is work hard. He's like, no, it's not just about working hard, you know. He was like, if I wanted to bench press 500 pounds, I would never be able to do it. And I was like, right there, that just shows how weak you are. Because the only reason you can't do it is because you're not willing to put in the work. This is the mindset that's being taught to people in the society. This is why the society is the way that it is, in the West especially. Because people are being taught that, oh, it's because of my situation. Oh, it's because of how I grew up. Oh, it's because I'm this skin color. Oh, it's because I'm this gender that I have it so hard. It's because of this gender that I'm not successful. It's because I have anxiety, depression. Bro, all of that is just a crutch. All of that is a crutch to help you get up every day, knowing that you're a bum, knowing that you're doing nothing to change it, but you have your crutch of depression, anxiety, skin color, my upbringing, so that you can still look at yourself in the mirror and lie to yourself and say, no, it's not my fault. And that's what's being taught. That's what's being pushed into the black community's minds. It's not your fault. It's slavery's fault. It's Jim Crow law's fault. It's not your fault. And this is why our community is getting worse and worse and worse every single year. More crime, more single parents, more divorce, more death within our own community. Black people, bro, like, y'all, we treat each other so bad, bro. It's actually extremely sad to see. I just seen a video of some young black men trying to hustle, just selling water. I respect things like that. They're trying to sell water in their neighborhood, and what happened to them? Another group of older black men came and robbed kids just trying to get some money for water. But then they want to say it's white people that are the problem. You can't expect others to respect you if you don't respect yourself. You can't expect others to love you if you don't love yourself. Why would they? They look at, from the outside looking in, they see what we do to each other in our community, and they're in their mind, they say, why should I respect them? Why should I treat them good? They don't even treat themselves good. So why would I? And why would they? Can you blame them though? Can you really blame them? Anyway, I don't want this to be too long, but the idea of reparations, if you're the type of person that wants a handout from somebody else because you don't want to put in the work, first of all, you will blow all that money and you'll be back in your position, and that mindset will keep you, you're just done. You can never progress with a mindset like that. I'm not saying it's easy to take responsibility, because at the end of the day, the truth hurts. And telling yourself the truth about yourself hurts. But that's what you need to do if you want to get better. How do you expect to get better if you lie to yourself and blame everybody else for your problems? This is why. They want you to blame other things for the problems so that our community doesn't progress. And they're doing it under the guise of, oh, we're trying to help you, we're going to give you reparations. Mind you, they will never give black people reparations. It will never happen. This is just a distraction so that people are waiting for a handout that will never come. At the end of the day, this is your life, and if you want something in this life, you have to go get that. Nobody's going to get it for you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to give you a handout. And if you're the type of person that's waiting for reparations, keep waiting. You're going to be waiting for a long time.